Well, hello and welcome back, and thank you for coming back. Today we're in Midtown Paphos, that got you, and we're going to go for a little wiggle and a waggle through Tomb of the Kings area, Clorica, Kisoniga, and we're going to end up in Paya, and we're going to go down the Coral Bay Strip. So if you'd like to come for a little drive-in tour, grab hold of your can of Coke or your frappe, and I'm going to introduce you to the most beautiful woman in the world, and of course her name is Miss Archie Gracivia Leboeuf.
Hello everybody, how nice to see you again and again
and again. So into gear, here we go, we're off. So this is the Midtown dual carriageway as we call it, and we're going to come out at the main Paphos Mall roundabout in a couple of minutes if you stick with us. I'm going to give you some landmarks and bearings along the way. It's going to take us around about 20 minutes to get to Coral Bay, so if you got a frappe in your hand or a can of Coke, sit back, kick the shoes off and relax. And if your name's Martin, kick off your blue sports trainers that you bought for the bargain price from Tommy Hilfiger. Hilfiger, lucky chappy indeed. At this roundabout you've got, this crossroads, so we're going to stop at this crossroads obviously. You can take a wiggle and a waggle to the left and get down to Paphos and Bar Street. You can take a wiggle and a waggle to the right and go up Russian Road, and there's a big church on here. I know Mr. Ian has told us what this church is called, but remember, we're pretty stupid so we forget, but it's a big church anyway, and it's having some renovation works done to its upper levels. So the next little stop we're going to come to is the Paphos Mall roundabout, and there's a strange structure up in the sky on the left hand side. That strange structure is the Paphos Skywalk. If you want to see us walking that, abseiling it the right way, the wrong way, illegally, go and hunt in the YouTube search bar and pop in Paphos Skywalk, Marika and me. So where are we? We're at the Paphos Mall roundabout. If you go left down to Paphos and the harbour area, if you go right you go up into the mid Paphos and the old town of Paphos and upper Paphos, but we've gone straight and we are now on Tomb of the Kings Avenue, aren't we, Gracivia?
Yeah, you know, this road, especially this line, this point where we are, been renovated. Before you can go in and out of the streets. Now you can't, because in the very past, one of my friends lived over that block across the King Avenue.
Yeah, what Gracivia Leboeuf is referring to is this only became a dual carriageway in around about 2015, if I remember rightly. Before that it was a single carriageway, so you could obviously turn left and turn right, turn around, do do U-turns and all sorts of things, anything you wanted to do. So YouTube's on the brain. Anyway, T for 2 is just over there on the right hand side. McDonald's is just behind this bus on the left hand side. To give you some bearings, you've got the Tramps restaurant over there on the right hand side, and you've got various shops and restaurants over there as well. You've got Fat Mama's, Willie's Ranch, a Chinese restaurant, Ocean's Tavern, Farmhouse there. You've got O'Neill's Irish Bar and Grill just over there on the right hand side. You've got KFC there, Miss Andrea, if you're wondering where it is, that's KFC. And then just over here is the Tomb of the Kings roundabout. So this is where you and Mr. Mart will be taking a left and going to look at the Tomb of the Kings archaeological site.
You know, Mr. Paul, the roads is totally. The roads are, yes.
Totally
Sherlock
Holmes. Yes.
Because I'm trying to avoid these big holes. But
it's not possible. No, it's not possible. The road surfaces in Paphos. I'll be having a word with Michael and Barrow on Friday morning. Obviously I understand what he'll say to me, get out the door you came through, but I'll have a word with him and I'll say, listen, the roads in Paphos are diabolical. At the moment you're going around spending money on turning Paphos into a smart city. So basically they're hanging, well, computer screens on the side of lampposts every 400 or 500 meters in Paphos, which tell us the temperature and the humidity level, and they even tell us the atmospheric pressure absolutely amazing information, but do you really want to know it when you're walking along with your dog? Not really. What we'd rather have is nice billiard smooth roads, and in fact those are the words that the previous mayor said we'd have. He said that by 2012, if you re-elect me, we will have billiard smooth roads. Now he was a liar, and he ended up in Nicosia prison for a few years because he was dipping his hand in there and dipping his hand in there. But this new mayor, well, he apparently is not dipping his hand in there and not dipping his hand in there, but we know he really is. But he promises billiard smooth roads as well. And guess what? He's a liar. I think we should send him to Nicosia prison. What do you say, Chrissy?
Well, it's not our business to decide. There is big courts for that thing, but I believe that the things should be very fair. You paying at the moment being road taxes for all the cars you've got, and the road tax is not
spent on the roads, that's for sure. Anyway, back to the topic. We are now exiting Paphos. That was the Aspire school on the left hand side there. That's a private school for expatriate children and local children if they wish to follow the English vocabulary. But you can hear the car suspension crashing constantly. It's pothole after pothole, and it doesn't matter where you go in Paphos. Although I tell you what, when we were in Ayia Napa, I did notice the roads were not too bad.
Yes.
So this weekend coming, we're going to Ayia Napa.
Yeah.
No matter what, no matter who flies in on a big bird, we's off to Ayia Napa. We were supposed to go there a couple of weeks ago, but of course, Sweet Caroline and Mr. Nigel Big Guns, they flew in, so they put us off track. And then the next two boys that flew in, that's Simon the Younger, Jeremy the Younger and Simon the Older, they flew in and they sidetracked us. And in fact, we're off to Coral Bay to meet up with them now, by the way. But this weekend, no matter what, we're off to Ayia Napa. So that means next week, all you're going to see is Ayia Napa videos and Potoras videos. So where are we now? Well, this is downtown Clorica. That's the area that we're in. Now, if you were to take a right just after this kiosk, this is Mike's kiosk, by the way, that's his name, Mike, up in big black letters, you would go to the Duck Pond Market. So take a right there, you go to Duck Pond Market. If you take a left here by the former parish church, you would go down to the Clorica beachfront, and there's the Dimmer pub and a lot of multi-million euro villas. You've got the Pentaris Taverna on the left hand side, very popular for christenings, functions and weddings and that kind of stuff. And all around us you've got multi-million euro properties being built as well. So this is the road that joins Paphos to Clorica, Clorica to Kosonaga, and Kosonaga to Peia. And of course in Peia you've got the areas known as Coral Bay, the areas known as Sea Caves, the areas known as St George, and of course Peia Upper Village itself.
Yeah, I'm returning back to the. You were saying Jeremy or Simon, younger, older. I think that all the Jeremy brothers are younger because you've got one.
This is true. Yes, if your name's Jeremy, you tend to be younger. My brother's 8 years younger than me, but Jeremy's only 5 minutes younger than Simon. So there we go. Anyway, we're on our way to Coral Bay. They'll be watching this in hindsight, thinking if only they'd have known, they'd have done a runner. But they are held up in the Coral Bay Beach Hotel and Resort, and they're held up there until tomorrow evening. So we're going to go and hunt them down, and hopefully they're going to take us out for lunch. That's the plan anyway. I don't mind paying, but if I can get to them to pay, it just means there's that little bit more money to spend on this Arching Recibiana booth.
Woohoo! And I'll tie you to the chair. I'll tie you to the chair by the time when it's the time for coming.
You're going to beat me. You're going to beat
bill
me.
coming. No, I'll tie you.
Oh, I see. Right, what she means is when the bill comes, she'll keep me to the chair and not let me sneak off and go and pay the bill as I normally do.
If it's then for me more to spend for the clothes.
Yeah, she's a clever girl, this Arching Recibiana booth. So we're in the hotel area here. You've got the Helios Bay Hotel. We've got some Gumbaros who like to stay in there, and we've got the. What was the other hotel back there called? I've forgotten now. Lara Beach. Lara Beach and Splash Resort, wasn't it? Yeah. And now we're wiggling and waggling. You're going to get some great views in a minute because it opens up to the sea. And I'll turn the camera around and let you absorb and digest the views out over the fencing, throughout the bushing. That's a wedding venue there, by the way. And then this is the Sita main uplink terminal coming, if you're interested. And now slowly but surely we're going to get a view out to the blue Mediterranean Sea. Feast your eyes and digest. Have a look at that. Absolutely spectacular. If you're wondering what time of year it is, rapidly approaching December. December is literally one day round the corner. So if you're looking for a great place to come and get that last bit of winter sun, well, Paphos could be that place for you. Down there is the Vardis restaurant, a great restaurant. We made a video to the rear of that a while back. It's got spectacular views and a beautiful rock formation. This is the Atlantica Hotel and Resorts Hotel, and I think this one is called, it used to be called the Lara, wasn't it? Or not? I'm confused. Amalfia, is it? Okay. These hotel groups take over, and for some reason they change the names, and it just confuses the life out of everybody. That's a friend of ours shop over there, Revival, Miss Judith. That's the shop that sells new and pre-loved clothes. Yes, Chrissy?
Actually, Cynthiana now, but before it was Amalfia, you know, many years ago, 20 years ago.
There we are.
And now it's Cynthiana.
It's annoying though, you learn the name of a hotel and people do, and then they go, someone else buys it and decides to change the name.
Because one owner is buying and wants to rename it.
Well, I understand that bit, but to be honest, they should just leave them with the same name, because once a hotel is famous, it's famous. Right, that's a nice brand new hotel, and that's again an Atlantica Group hotel, and it's called the Mara Village Paphos. Closed down for the winter season. Renovation works going on, bit of painting, bit of carpeting, and that kind of thing. You got the Sunset Bay, Holiday Village there on the left hand side. Great views out across the bay. Most people understand that this area you probably do get the greatest sunsets in Paphos, because it tends to set out and beyond Paya. As we come down now, these are the Kissonaga traffic lights. So if you were to go right back uphill, you would go into the village of Kissonaga. We're going to go straight, and of course anyone familiar with this route will understand that the buildings are going to stop and the road's going to open up and saddle the blue Mediterranean Sea, and you're going to get great views out across that blue Mediterranean Sea and out and beyond into the area known as Coral Bay. This one coming up here now is the Sea View Beach Bar, and of course it's got a great view because it's situated literally right above the Kissonaga Bay. So we're now leaving Kissonaga, and we will start our descent and our arrival into the area known as Coral Bay, and that is the beautiful bay that precedes Coral Bay Bay. Bit of a tongue twister, that one. And here they're doing a bit of renovations to the road. They're making a sort of a pavement area, because it is quite a dangerous road to walk along, because the speed limit along here is 80, as you can see. So they're putting cedar fences in and then putting in a bit of a pavement, and then they are slowly but surely putting the reinforced safety barrier in as well.
What's going on in the Coral Bay area, by the way? The clouds collected all together, and they want to give us a big shower?
It would appear so. If we look out yonder, you can't see it on the camera, but there is a strange collection of clouds that seem to be gathering to the rear of the Coral Bay Hotel and Resort, which is exactly where we're going.
What a
so we might get a welcome.
Beautiful sky is today.
It is, yeah.
And you know, Mr. Paul, I'm really looking forward that one day we will go with our own car. You're a driver, and with our own car we will go to Georgia, and actually we are on island by the ship, and then you're gonna drive 2,000 kilometers.
It's about 2,500 kilometers, to be honest. But one day we will make that trek, and we'll break it up into little films.
Can you imagine how nice films we can do?
Well, hopefully. Because the idea of the channel, we've mentioned it before, slowly but surely the channel will depart Paphos and it will go on new adventures. The plan is to go around the Greek islands. The plan is to go back to Marika's homeland, which is Georgia and Armenia. And, well, we intend to frequent that trip up and down for the rest of our days. Once retirement comes, retirement for me comes in around about 3 years. I'm already an old man, but I'll be an even older man in 3 years when I hang up my boots and the body shop. Well, it'll continue. in someone else's hands, but it will not continue under my stewardship. It will be passed on, shall we say.
Don't you worry, Mr. Paul. I'll renovate you. I'll bring 100 ml of Botox and
Excellent.
made injection in
Excellent.
your all parts of
All
body.
parts of the body. Hopefully not in some parts. Anyway, here we go. We've arrived in Paya. This is the Coral Bay roundabout. We're going to take a left, which means we're going to go into Coral Bay.
Even I know where to turn.
Yes, there we are. So this is Coral Bay Strip. Not a lot going on. There's a bank. That restaurant's open there. Ooh, so we can get lunch there. That one's closed. That one's closed. But there's the odd one open. Zetta's is open. The souvenir shop, Santa Maria, is open. There we go. We could go there. That
Mr.
restaurant's
Paul,
closed.
I'm always thinking about that place in the Lissos area where we had the lovely spare ribs in the barbecue.
Well, we're not
sauce
travelling up to Lissos
with the
today.
Jane. You remember?
I remember. So
Oh,
that's up in Lissos Village, Polis Way. Truly, truly spectacular spare ribs. One of these days, I think they may close for the winter. In the spring, we'll go up, we'll have them, and I'm pretty sure
Was
we'll
it
film
Archie,
it.
by the
Archie,
way?
let's
Was it
film.
Archie? My
yeah.
goodness, that spare ribs was to die for. And I would like to tell you many things.
Thinks.
Mr. Paul, you're still in my English, and I think the rain is coming. That's why I'm starting to be happy. By the way, thank you very much for watching, and many thanks again and again for your time and attention. We are loving you to bits, and please don't forget to come and see another of our madnesses.
So what Stephanie says, thanks for watching, and of course if you like what you see, hit the like, click subscribe, please come back for that little bit more
And leave
of
Mr.
our
Nigel.
madness. We'll leave Mr. Nigel
Leave
Carter
Mr. Nigel alone.
to enjoy his big guns with oh so sweet Caroline. Thanks for watching.